Hi there, welcome back. Today I'm going to be speaking to you about the TESSAN power strip for international travel. Useful little device. Let's get into it. So this little device might be the perfect little solution for you to travel and power your devices on the go. So it's a 100 watts power strip by a company called TESSAN, and I'll send the link in the post the link in the description below. Let me go over the basic description of the device. It's an international power adapter with a 5-foot power cord, so long enough to reach behind things. And on that topic, have a look at this power plug. It is so flat, it's unbelievable. Have a look at that. So that flat little plug fits right in behind, for example, a bed in a hotel room or a nightstand, or some slim like space that they've always shoved a power outlet behind. And what that lets you do is it lets you plug in your international power adapter into that point and still have a very, very low profile plug-in solution for power, right? So this way, you don't forget your charger when you've plugged it in, because often you plug something in and it's out of sight, out of mind, and then you forget it, right? So in this case, you can plug it in and have this visibly on the nightstand or on a table, and it's out in the open. You can see exactly where it is, and if anybody needs to charge something, they can go straight to it. Okay, so what I found this a great solution for is charging multiple devices on the go. So if you look at the power ports that are available in this unit, there are 3 USB power ports right in the front there, and 3 USB-A power points below those 3 USB-C power points. And then on the side of the device, there's an AC power. On the back, there's an AC power point, and on the other side, there's also an AC power point. So that makes 9 power points across this entire device. Now, what you still need to power this is, of course, cables, right? So what I've opted for as a solution for this powering device is USB-C cables. So USB-C on both sides, otherwise known as PD, power cables. So how this works is, you plug these straight into the tower, and you have kind of like a squid-like device, which has these power cables coming out of it. I've specifically chosen, and I'll get into the specific brand on these power cables, I've specifically chosen very, very rigid braided cables for their durability, and I've chosen 1.6 foot cables, so quite short, because you don't need the length. You've got the length of the 5 feet of cable over here that goes into the AC power over there, and you only need a short cable, a set of short cables to sit on a table somewhere so that you can plug in your devices. So when you're traveling, you're going to often be traveling with a camera, right? A camera uses batteries, and you're going to be needing to charge something like this, which is like a battery charger, and this device you can plug into the side. Right over there, and it comes with its own charging cable, so that there's your length. If you need to have like a length of cable, you can use the like a longer cable power adapter if you need that length over there. But it's good to have this part of it short, so that you can compact everything up to a nice compact length, so that it's not taking up table space while you're traveling, right? So you're going to need to charge things like a camera battery, maybe a drone remote controller, extra batteries for the drone, like if you have the Fly More combo. So you have all those things that you need to charge. Maybe a Pocket 3 kit, creator kit, you have to charge that on the go. And maybe a USB power bank, right? Power banks can only get you so far. This is good for traveling if you're on the plane, or if you're at an airport and you don't have a power point nearby, or in a car, or somewhere out in the public where you need to, like on a hike somewhere where there is no power and you need to charge something on the go. But at some point in time, you're going to have to charge this device. So that's where this baby comes in. So the great thing about this is it's international voltage compatible, right? So that is 110 to 240 volts international voltage compatible. Now what that means is it's going to adapt to those voltages. It's just going to work because this is classified as a GaN charger, which is a gallium nitride charger. So what that means is it charges cooler, faster, more efficiently. It handles higher power, and of course it's designed to adapt to the higher wattages of international systems as well. But you have to be careful. You can only charge things or plug things into this that already are transformed. So for example, you can't take your hairdryer obviously overseas and plug it into a device like this and expect it to work. This is not a transformer, right? So it is adaptable by way of it will handle the voltage. It'll pass the voltage through that is coming from the wall socket, but it won't adapt it to your device. So you have to be careful that your device is already voltage controlled. So that's not a problem with a cell phone, because a cell phone is USB charge. So like something like this will charge a cell phone directly, and a device like this, like a battery charger for your camera, has the transformer built into the controller base over here. So that means that you can plug it directly in, no problem. Other things that you can plug into it are a laptop charger, because the laptop has the power brick that automatically transforms the voltage for you. So that's just a little bit of a warning. Don't plug anything that needs direct power directly into this charger thinking that it's going to work. It might blow, so that's not a good thing. Now, these three cables that I chose they're called the Silkland USB-C, and they're the 3.2 gen type cables, which means that they are 20 gigabytes per second high-speed data transfer cables. So these are data transfer cables as well as powering cables. So it has a dual purpose. If I need to use one of these to transfer images to a computer, or connect a Pocket 3 to a computer and transfer images, or have some other kind of data transfer usage need out of these cables, I can do so because these cables have multi-purpose capabilities, right? So this is a 1.6 foot cable. Currently it's $13.99 US, so that's like $14, and you could probably get it on a special deal as well. I chose 3 of these cables, and at $13.99 per cable, it's not a lot of money to pay for that, right? They're nylon braided, so they withstand 45,000 bending tests, they claim. So highly durable cable. The interior is made of 86% tinned copper, so it's more anti-interference protection for the cable as well. And the built-in e-marker chip supports smart current matching to match your current to your device and extend your battery life. So it's gonna auto adapt to the power needs of the devices that you plug into it. So smart cables, and not a high price. The power brick itself, the TESSAN 100 watts, is $39.99 US, so that's like $40. I think right now it's even cheaper than that. So I mean, it's not a lot of money to be paying for that. And then the adapter that goes onto the end of it, this is actually called the what is it called? Septix, right? It's called the Septix South Africa, Namibia, and Africa plug with dual USA input. Okay, so this actually has a plug on the bottom and a plug on the back side of it. So 2 ways to plug in. You can plug it into the bottom of this if you want. If it is a non-grounded cord, this is a grounded charger, so this would need to be plugged into the main one at the back of here. If you have something that's simpler, like the camera charger over here, you could actually plug the camera charger directly into this, and that would work as well. So in fact, you'd get 4 with this adapter. You'd get 4 power points instead of 3, right? The 3 on here, and then this will be a 4th one because this doesn't need any transformer. It's just going to plug directly in there. So I think this is a great power solution because, you know, if you're traveling with these little power bricks that your phone comes with, everyone has these like little bricks that they travel with, and they can get lost, left behind, they can malfunction. I like redundancy when I'm traveling, so I would probably take them with anyway, just so that I've got them with me. But I'd like to have a more efficient way of charging everything at once, because I'm traveling with the family as well. So, you know, like mom and daughter needs to charge their devices. So this can be standing on the table, and whenever somebody needs to plug something into charger, they just plug it in and away you go. Now, that being said, the power that's supplied to these ports is slightly different. They say it's a 100 watt charger, but it's not an equal 100 watts, obviously, per port. It's a 65 watt for the USB-C number 1. And if you look at the stated power for them, for example, USB 1 is 65 watts. USB 1 plus 3 is 65 watts plus 30 watts. Okay. If you had to use USB 2 and USB 3, the second and the third plug, it would also be 65 and 30 watts. And then the USB-A plugs that are below that are rated at 5 volts, that's 3 amps, at 15 watts per port. So the USB-A ports aren't fast charging ports, so you have to just be aware of that. If you have a lot of USB-A devices that are needing fast charging, then this might not be the charger for you. You might have to bring a separate brick that has that high power charging for USB-A. But this is primarily a USB-C PD charger. So for what it does, the USB-C charging, it does it very well. It charges USB-C devices very, very fast. Now, I've read the reviews on this device online, and I've seen some people complaining that it doesn't charge very fast. And I think a lot of that is bottlenecking by the type of cords that you're using plugged into it. So if you are plugging very basic USB cables into this device, I think it's going to bottleneck it, and you're not going to get the speeds that you need, because the cable needs to be rated as quickly to transfer power as quickly as the brick can supply it, right? So if you are using a cable like these Silkland cables, they're not gonna bottleneck the power supply from the device itself, right? I've tested it. I plugged my Samsung S23 into into the top plug of this, and it said super fast charging. And I don't even get that on my normal wall charger. So this is definitely quick charging, especially in the port number 1 and maybe port number 2. So I would plug, for example, in port number 1, I would charge the highest drain device or something that you need to charge very quickly into the USB-C 1. And then the secondary speed need I would plug into 2, and then the third into 3, right? So that way you're getting the best power for your devices according to their needs, right? This isn't a quick charger as far as every port on the device is going to charge everything at super fast speed. You need to prioritize what you want to charge first, and obviously leaving it on a charger overnight or for an extended period of time during the day when you're not using something is going to be the best way to approach charging. So all in all, this supplies 1,250 watts of power. So if you are plugging multiple things into this device, just bear that in mind. Like if you're charging like a laptop, something else that's high power, and this maybe 2 laptops, maybe 3 laptops in this device, you can certainly plug them in. But just be aware that there is a limit to how much power this thing is actually going to output for you. But after all, I think it is all in all, I think it is a great device. So they say that it's safe to use with international voltage. I read it directly off the product description. They say it's fully compatible with voltage ranging from 110 to 240 volts. So perfect for use in Canada as well as international travel, they say. What this means for you, okay, I just want to see here. Yeah, so that it's definitely is rated for that. The cables themselves are high rated for 240 watts. Just to recap, these are 240 watt cables. And then the Septix connector over here is again extending the high quality design. This is the USA designed adapter plug, so not cheaply designed. You can see the Septix label over there on the front of it. It's a great little brick. It feels very solid in the hand, and you plug it in, it's a nice solid connection, it's not loose, right? And the prongs on the back end as well are nice and solid. So that's going to go into the... I'm going to leave links for all of these in case you need to purchase any of these. I am an Amazon associate, so I do get a small percentage if you do choose to purchase using the link. But other than that, it won't cost you any extra. So I think this is a great little power solution. So fold it up. All you do is you unplug it, you pull the cables out, right? You fold these cables up. These cables come with their own Velcro, right? So all you do is you just fold them up like that, and you Velcro up the entire thing together, right? You can use one of the cables Velcro and on the one end and slide this around so that it takes the whole bunch nice and neatly. Just like that. Perfect. So you keep all the cables together. Keep that together in your bag. And then this unit itself, I've put a little cable tie onto the back of that. You can just wrap around the unit. I know they say don't wrap power cords around things like hair dryers and whatnot, but honestly, for something like this, you could do that very easily. And if you want to, you can carry this little plug separately so that it's more compactly, cinched up over there. And then you can plug this directly into itself, so that little device is ready to travel. Okay, that and this together make for a super powerful solution for powering your devices on the go. So up to 9 plugs with an extra plug point over here once this is plugged in. So that's 4 AC and 6 USB, 3 of them USB-C PowerPoint solutions. I think this is a great solution for powering things on the go because it's like a power station for the whole family. You just plug it in at the B&B or the self-catering or at the hotel, and you have this one-stop solution to power all your devices. I think it's brilliant. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you have one that is your favorite, which one do you use? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you've liked this one or if you're going to purchase this one yourself. I've looked through tons online, and this is the best bang for the buck. There are certainly more expensive ones, but honestly, if this one serves the purpose, why not, right? So yeah, if you haven't already, like and subscribe, and just see me at the next one.